Hola y bienvenidos a la Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Byrnes, presidente de la mejor cerveza. No abate por No Filter Network. Miguelito San Dieguito, not here. Will the Thrill Clark, not here.
Sorry.
But Henry fucking Markin here in the flesh. Welcome, young man.
Thank you, sir. Good to be back here. Actually, first time here in Dallas, back at the ABCA convention with you, year two.
That is true. You were here last year. We had all sorts of guests on, including Jose Trevino, who was back in the hotel bar lobby last night. It was great to see him.
He's out and about. We got to get him back on. That would be a wild catch again.
Well, dude, we got a slew of other guys, including Kyle Peterson, Seth Etherton. Kyle used to pitch at Stanford, ESPN analyst. Seth Etherton, coach at USC now. All sorts of gadgets and gimmicks and everything going on right here. I mean, across the way, you can actually see this is, what do you call it, the field general?
Yeah, just, you know what, describe for the listeners. I guess, you know, the audience can pick up this in the visual, but as we stand here in Dallas, Texas, this is Grapevine, Texas. We're in a big-ass convention center with friggin' everything as far as you can see baseball. From the equipment to people trying to sell themselves, their brands. It's pretty cool, honestly. Whether you're a baseball person or not, the conventions themselves are impressive.
Very true. Very true. So right next to us, too, is the Fungo Man, which is down there. Now, this is the Rockerbie Ranch booth, and then the Fungo Man, look at that thing spinning, the wheel going up and down. I mean, Hank, we could do a whole show just carousing this place as you see the kids checking out a sick little baseball bat.
Like that transformer apparatus over there spinning that machine.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. If you got us live on No Filter Network, give us a thumbs up if you can hear us fine. Hopefully the audio is okay. If you're listening later in the day on Apple or Spotify, we appreciate you guys. If you want to catch us live on No Filter, we'll be live today and tomorrow from the ABCA trade show. They stuck us up in podcast row, Henry.
Yeah.
And, well, we set up and we had a cool little spot.
Had a good spot.
Corner spot.
Yeah. It wasn't what you wanted. It wasn't what I think you imagined this would be. So we did relocate. I have different thoughts. I like a nice, quiet, peaceful setting to talk, to engage, to listen, perhaps even to edit. And of course, you like being right in the heat of battle, right in the trenches. So,
bro, I didn't come here to get tucked away in the corner, man. I told you that. Nobody puts Byrnesy in a corner. Fuck that, dude.
Don't put baby in a corner. No way.
No
way.
No. Well, the great part about it is that we had the one spot. Yeah. And it was like, okay, this is fine. This will do whatever.
It's like a corner office.
Corner office. Yeah. And then we got all set up. And we got a lot of shit, man. Like we got the Let Them Play book, a parenting and coaching guide to youth sports. This is it.
Says your audio might be just a smidge loud. Maybe you accidentally.
No, well, yours is away from your mouth. And...
Okay. Maybe just we're getting some live. That's the casual nature of this show. We're getting some live. Boom.
Yeah, thank you, Leslie.
All right, here we go.
Most importantly, here it is in the flesh for the first time, making its debut. You see the shiny gloss cover.
Yes.
A parenting and coaching guide to youth sports, Hank. I mean, look at the cool picture on front. The testimonies on the back, and this is it. And then within it, look at like the pictures.
Yeah, it's like a picture book, guys. So if you're a, I don't even know why I'm trying to say. If you're into reading, you're into pictures, or you're into the color orange, there's a lot of orange going on too. So that for all you Giants fans who are even blind or deaf, this is a good buy for you. I mean, it's a great orange and blue. Mets fans too, but. If we could sell a bunch of these over the course of the day, let's talk baseball, right?
Yeah.
We're here at the convention. We got we got a lot going on with the Giants. Things are hot. You know, you and I kind of discussed it's kind of do or die for for the G-men right now with this offseason with Farhan.
Oh, dude, I mean, do or die is a strong statement.
With the offseason moves.
I just can't believe how much it slowed down after Ohtani and Yamamoto, and then you have basically the 4 main free agents, I believe, still remaining. I mean, like, it's just everything's so up to the minute.
So we got Snell.
Yeah, Blake Snell. You got Cody Bellinger. You have Matt Chapman. And
that's kind of the big 3 that's in there.
Well, Jordan Montgomery would be the 4th.
Really?
Montgomery became very valuable with his run with the Texas Rangers down the stretch. So the question becomes, which of those 4 would you sign given the option if you're the San Francisco Giants or any other team? I think it just has to do with need. And I mentioned this the other day on the Daily Hustle, where if you were more of an offensive team already, I think Chapman might be the guy you could go get potentially at a discount. There's a guy with like a 750 OPS last season, but he brings to the table the best glove in all of baseball at third base. This guy's a Platinum Gold Glove Award winner. And if you're the Giants, look, run prevention is just as important, if not more, than scoring runs. Right. Like, it's the ability to save runs in that ballpark. It's fucking huge. So I think Chapman would be a good fit. But the question is
that what they need?
Is that what they need? Is that would you take that? Look, the Giants weren't great defensively last year. So yes, they do need to improve. That's where they failed compared to years past. They typically have been a good defensive club.
Right.
But if you're older and non-athletic, dude, it doesn't help. And then they dealt with a lot of injuries. So that was that.
The defense was, I mean, every time you and Thrill chopped it up each week, it was a broken record player. It seemed like the defense was going to hell. The offense was anemic at times. Sometimes it was popping, but every week the defense would just shit all over themselves.
Correct.
So are you saying
that was the thing that pissed Will off?
I think Snell might be the guy then if you improve the staff a little bit?
Well, if you improve the staff, it doesn't necessarily improve your defense. If you want to improve your defense, you go to 2 guys, and it's obvious. It's Bellinger, who plays a very nice defensive center field. And then once you get a guy, if you get a guy like Bellinger that you can throw out in center every day, here's the other thing. That dude can play first base as well.
Right.
So if you have Bellinger at center, you have Bellinger in left, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's going to improve you guys defensively. And then the same thing with Chapman. Look, you put Chapman at third, it opens up other spots for other guys. You sort of go from there.
And then Leslie just mentioned, don't forget Bet Online. Of course, we have to remember our friends at Bet Online.
Bet Online, our title sponsor.
Our title sponsor, of course.
This is all you got to do. Bet Online, the #1 online betting destination. And, well, they're not taking this time of year off because they're making sure you have all the up-to-date odds, news, scores, predictions, and action. Bet Online. Wagering info available with both desktop and mobile access. Head there to get in on it. Remember to use the promo code BLEAV, capital B-L-E-A-V. Bet Online, the #1 mobile and desktop betting app. Also, they will give you 50% bonus off of your first deposit. So if you put in that promo code, slam dunk.
It goes a long way. $50 goes a long way. That's an entire parlay. It could turn into a month's rent, or it could be 50 free bucks. Nothing's free now, so this is big.
Yes, Bet Online. And also, don't forget our proud partners here at KT Tape. Get yourself some of the Pro Oxygen tape by hitting the QR code in the upper left-hand corner, by the way. So the cool thing, we got the settings, and we can actually check out the audience view to see if our KT tape's up there.
Oh, yeah.
It should be.
I put it up there. Yeah, boom. It's
and the banner ad.
It's money. You see that? I did that before. I took away the active speaker. It's just we're locked in. So,
not a doctor, not a lawyer, not a scientist. Did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, but I can tell you through experience, this shit works. It's KT Tape. You put the tape on, it lifts the skin, it promotes blood flow to the area, reduces inflammation.
Oh, it's great.
It's as simple as that. And then the last one is our guy Verge, guy Jory over at Verge. He's got the cannabis shots, lemon. Do you ever take one of those?
So he just followed my personal account last night, Verge.
Seriously?
I really want to give that a shot. I am an active enthusiast of anything marijuana, and I really appreciate a nice, tasty drink throughout the day. Combine the two. How about that, huh?
I like
it.
Too
bad?
I like it, dude. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, it just gives you that quick shot of
it just makes too much sense.
Whatever it is. So, yeah, there's our sponsor for today's program.
Thank you, sponsors. So, to close up the loop there, you got the 4 guys you mentioned with the Giants. Give me a sort of a need-based situation. You got A, B, C, D signings in that order. You got Snell, Montgomery, Chapman, and Bellinger per Giants need. What gets the grade A, B, C, and D?
Well, let's break it down and go 4, 3, 2, 1. If I'm the San Francisco Giants and I'm going to sign one of these free agents. 4, I'm going to go Jordan Montgomery. Okay. Just because he's a little bit older,
right?
A few more miles on that body. I think at some point, look, he's going to start to regress.
Yeah,
maybe back to the means of what he is, but he pitched like a fucking rock star last year, and I think the world took notice. He would be number 4. Number 3 would be Matt Chapman. You get the defense. He definitely would go out there and give you everything he's got on a nightly basis. It's a matter of Chapman showing up and showing out, and basically, you're getting the D. What are we going to get offensively? I'm not quite sure. Number 2 would be Cody Bellinger.
Oh my God.
2.
Wow.
2. Cody is going to instantly solidify himself at center field. If you want to move him to first base, you can move him to first base. He is coming off the best year that he's had. Apparently, he likes his weed. I don't know where he is with that, but
can't blame him.
You know it's legal in San Francisco, that's for sure. Has been, I think, forever.
Even before it was legal.
So
that leaves Snell as your top guy to sign if you are Farhan.
He's an ace. He's the top of the rotation, Cy Young Award winner, on top of his game right now. How could you possibly go anywhere else but there?
Farhan Zaidi, if you are listening, hopefully you are, that's your cookbook right there. Snell at 1, everything else are ingredients you probably don't need, according to Eric Byrnes.
That's it. So
I like that.
Henry.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, I went over and, prep this whole show, whatever. Your thoughts on Michigan? The Wolverines are said to have been getting after the smelling salts. And look at this fucking guy.
Speaking of Santa
Claus comes in after a long, hard winter. And Bart likes his hose. We know that. So this is a really interesting article.
Yeah.
And so Michigan, they're basically saying, have you ever seen like ammonia tablets? Right?
Yeah.
And so you break them, they're like pink tablet.
Yeah.
And you snip
smelling
them.
salts. Yeah.
And I know Harbaugh knows all about him from his days with the 49ers. I think it was it Jeremy Newberry that used to have it and put it in the Gatorade bottle. He'd fill them up with like 10 ammonia tablets. And then he put them in a Gatorade bottle and then squirt them up his nose.
Oh, my God. That's electric.
Oh, dude.
Wow. That goes right to the brain at that point.
Bro, it's exactly what it does.
Jeez.
And the question becomes, are they performance enhancers? There's no scientific evidence to say that they are. But I could tell you through my experience, once again, not being a scientist and not being a doctor, the shit works.
Oh, I'm sure. I was doing smelling salts when I was, not that this is any comparable to what's happening in college football in the NFL, but when I was a kicker in high school, a very important member of the team. See, I would rip smelling salts up and down the sideline before I had big kicks. And I had a lot of kicks because we fucking scored a lot.
So wait, hold on a second. You were a kicker in high school. I didn't know this.
Yeah. No, not a kicker, folks. The kicker.
Well, there's really only fucking one, isn't there?
I mean, you could say the punter comes in and maybe there's like a backup. That job was mine. I was kickoff, kicks, PATs, whatever you need. I was the boot. I was the specialist. I was the mule, man.
So what was your farthest field goal?
In practice or a game? See, okay, so here's the best part is I got all this horsepower, but I never had enough room to gallop, right? We didn't kick many field goals that often because our offense was explosive and we were our coach was gutsy. It wasn't maybe a fuck you to me. Who knows? But as far as I'm concerned, we didn't kick that many field goals in a game. I kicked 35, 40, whatever. Practice, this is confirmed, 55-yarder in the rain during practice. There are eyewitnesses. I've kicked 50s many times in practice.
Legit.
Oh, yeah. Did have 3 onside kicks in one game. 2 were back-to-back, fueling a comeback in playoffs. That may have been the highlight of my life for the majority of my years.
What high school?
I went to college. Miramani High School, Orinda, California.
And you didn't play any other position?
I did. I played safety and receiver. But the problem was there was just quite many better at those positions than me. And, by rule of, the finite amount of positions you could play on a football field, 11 at a time, wasn't going to find a lot of room anywhere else. Kicking, I did pick up, and I got good quickly. And I made that my baby. I led scoring as a junior for a while in my league.
Were you guys still kicking off the tee? Do they still do that in high school?
Yeah, but it's like sometimes I wouldn't use it.
Remember how big that thing used to be?
It used to be huge. It's only like, and it just gives you a little bit of lift. It wasn't. I didn't need that. Did not need that.
So you have partaken in the smelling salts. What I wanted to get at.
And my school sports doctor was walking around, and I'm not outing. I mean, this is part of the game.
Yeah.
He would have them just sort of lined up in his hand, like in his pockets, and he would dish them out at halftime. I mean, it's very much like taking a cold shower, like in 1 second.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same reason why we do cold therapy and shock the shit out of our bodies.
No, it's so.
Right?
I think it's very much. You have to allow that going forward because it wakes you up.
Yeah.
You got to stay alert in football because if you fall asleep, someone's going to put you to sleep, if that makes any sense.
What do you feel like when you're standing here and we're checking out the hall and people walking by? We got these kids all the way here. Like, do you sometimes feel like an animal at the zoo?
I feel like an animal at the zoo in my own home with my sisters taking me out and my parents making sure that I'm like still sane and stuff with the work that we do, being a video maker and content creator. I feel like a zoo animal all the time. But right now, no, I don't, because you take off this headset and then I just go square up with some 8-year-old kid who's looking at me funny.
Yeah.
Not actually, listener. I'm not gonna fight an 8-year-old. 12-year-old maybe. I will fight a 12-year-old though.
I love people that walk around here just looking for free shit, huh?
You think they're gonna take our stuff?
Oh, I think someone did. I think we just lost a hat in the process. No, we did sell it. We gave away a hat with a book. But you can't just walk.
Literally just take it and just give us a thumbs up and just take a hat and bounce.
Oh, there was 3. I wasn't really paying attention.
You put me in a trance. You took me back to my high school days. I was totally lost in the past.
And then there it went. Okay. The next one here. Your thoughts on the Pac-12 and let's see. Well, the Pac-12 so far, and this is the last year of it. Super sad.
Yeah. It's just sort of a touchy subject for you, isn't it?
I think it's a touchy subject for anybody.
Anybody invested in the Pac.
Yeah, anyone who ever went to a Pac-12
Did you tear up a little bit when you saw that photo of all the mascots together?
No.
That got my dad.
That?
Yeah. That was Not going to lie, that got me too. Seeing all 12 mascots at the Pac-12 championship game, sort of like a, hey, this is it. It reminded me of that scene from Toy Story at the end of Toy Story 3. Bye to Andy. That one got me. I will admit some male tears in there. Not a lot, but a few tears.
So the bowl records by conference this year. The Pac-12, 5-3. It says it was a banner year for the Pac-12 in its final regular season. The bowl season went well, too. The record is not overwhelming, but both teams in the New Year's 6 won, including Washington, which will play for the national championship on Monday. Third place, Arizona, also won, defeating Oklahoma. That was a huge win in the Alamo Bowl. The league also arguably had the best individual performance of the bowl season. USC backup quarterback Miller Moss.
Oh, he went off. 6 touchdowns.
Threw for 6 tutties.
Yeah, dude.
Against what had been a good Louisville defense in a 42-28 win over the Cardinals.
He routed the guys
on the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah. So as we talked about this a couple weeks ago, this was the perfect swan song for the Pac-12. You got a team in the Natty. Multiple times throughout the year, we had Pac-12 guys in the Heisman race. Great bowl season. Whoever won the Oregon-Washington game was going to the playoff. USC was explosive all year. Boulder in September was like the most overhyped now, but hyped team in college football history. They put Colorado versus Colorado State on national television.
As they should have, though.
I mean, it's just a perfect year for the Pac-12. The cameras have never been pointing in their direction more, and the lights have never been brighter. I think it was awesome. I like how the urgency was so there.
Overall, your thoughts, though, just on the demise of the conference and the fact that they will cease to exist completely after the completion of the school year.
Yeah. It was odd at first. It kind of felt it definitely felt a little screwy, especially when some things happen because of money. You feel cheated as just like a regular citizen, when all this stuff goes down. I'm biased, though. I'm a Hoosier. I went to Indiana. I'm all Big Ten. There's a lot of Big Ten in my focus now. I used to be all Pac-12. And I look at this as like, okay, I was sad for a few minutes for, nostalgia purposes for guys like you and my dad who are just diehard Pac-12 people. But now I look at this like, dude, the Big Ten Conference, its future is fucking beautiful. I get to watch Oregon, Washington every year. UCLA, SC play Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan. We get to have potential playoff game scenarios every week.
Yeah.
Like Ohio State, Washington, that's a match made in heaven this year. Next year, that's just randomly October 30th. UCLA versus Michigan. That's a sick game. Basketball and football. The matchups, those, yes, we could be sad. We could be sad. It's okay to be sad. Change can be sad. Change can be scary. Even if it's with money, that's when it sucks. I'm very excited about the conference, though, going forward. The Big Ten Conference.
So, you know what else was scary? Tyreek Hill's home,
dude,
going up in flames. What the fuck, dude?
This was your line, but Bills Mafia, they're fucking nuts. I mean, fuck.
Look. We can make light of the situation because nobody was
hurt. Nobody was hurt. We don't like fires. We do not like fires. We're not pro fires, guys, but
I like fires. I mean, not to like an arsonist level, but I light a fire every single day in the house.
Okay, yeah. You like small fires in the house, not on the house. Fire in the house is cool. On the house is bad.
Yes, in house,
cool,
all good. On house, no bueno.
Bad. Well, so the reason this is such a big deal, as you and I have mentioned, is this could not be a more intense week for the Dolphins and the Bills.
Well, yeah, obviously this is huge. I'm curious, though, because it says here the fire was started by a child in the house playing with a cigarette lighter.
I wouldn't peg Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest people in the NFL, in the country, as an avid smoker of cigarettes.
Yeah, but it could be for his bong.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know that. I don't know if he indulges in the hippie lettuce or not.
Sure. Yeah, it could be from the car. Maybe the kids are starting early. Seen one too many episodes of Peaky Blinders.
They actually cut open the roof of the mansion in order to, I imagine, alleviate.
Oh, yes.
That's why they did that,
That's
huh?
a scientific process. My uncle's a firefighter. He talks about opening up roofs to get smoke and circulation back.
So how do you foresee the Bills and Dolphins playing out this week?
You know,
Buffalo -3 on the road last time I saw it.
It's the most meaningful game, I think, in recent Bills history. If the
huge.
Bills lose this game, they're probably not going to the playoffs, considering all the other things that are happening in the AFC, the matchups, the people that are not playing, people that are sitting. It's going to look like that if the Bills lose this game, they don't go to the playoffs, which usually sucks. That's never something you want to play for. The fact of the matter is, if they win this game, they're a 2 seed with home field advantage until a probable AFC matchup against the Ravens, in which they have to go there. If the Ravens lose at all, Bills have home field advantage throughout the playoffs if they win. My point is, this game's stakes are the highest they've ever been for the Bills. If the Bills win, your Super Bowl hopes are like very healthy, legit, and you could probably put them in as somewhat, somewhat hopefuls, and maybe this team, this unit can do something. If they lose, team's gonna fucking blow up. And this era of Bills Mafia, I think, will meet its end. Someone's gonna get canned. Probably gonna be the coach. Wouldn't surprise you if Stephon Diggs flails his arms, takes off. Von Miller is already turned himself into law enforcement for his, he's got ongoing crime sagas that's happening. At defense, probably split up. What you see right now may not exist next year in Buffalo if they lose. This game is massive. You have to win, and you honestly have to go back to the AFC Championship. You got to get back to knocking on that door. Otherwise, they're going to nuke that team.
The Stephon Diggs situation, he hasn't been getting the football, right?
Right. It's tragic almost.
Yeah, it's been bad. Look at these two kids. Look at this drip, man. Wait, will you show the camera your chain real quick? Come here. Yeah, look at that thing, man. That's drippy. All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Run on, little
Good
dude.
stuff. He's got way more swag than I will ever have. He's the man. Good deal. I can't pull off a chain like that.
I mean, you could try it.
We can all try. What he just did, though, that's peak performance. So they're 3-point favorites on the road, rightfully so. I'm not a buyer in this Dolphins team either, man. Like, they're so cool and fun to watch.
Yeah,
in I
try to be nice to them because Giuseppe Pepe Manueli.
Our beloved co-founder of No Filter Network is an avid, diehard Dolphins fan, and respect to what you guys have done this year.
And respect to Tyreek Hill, right?
Yeah,
he's a badass. Tua's a badass. They do some things really well.
Of course, yes.
It's just when it gets down to it, look, Joe's got a point. A couple plays go a different way here or there.
Sure.
They're in that Baltimore game.
Sure, yeah.
Right? Just like my aunt had balls until she was my uncle.
Right, yeah, of course. Other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to flip that.
My uncle had balls until she was my aunt.
Yes, correct.
Either way you want to
look at it.
Yeah.
The Ravens, Dolphins. Although I think, analogy aside, the Dolphins have many holes that just cannot. I don't think their defense is that good. I know we've been talking about how their defense is solid and legit. I think at some point you just got to say maybe they're not. I mean, the Titans and Will Levis, an anemic offense, came back. They were down 14 with 3 minutes left, and Will Levis, the rookie, won. Came back. I cannot get over that game enough. It's just an utter collapse. That's just Dolphins season in a nutshell. Is you have all these great moments, and then their defense just can't contain even the most not irrelevant, but over the mediocre teams, and their offense needs to do something. Are they that clutch? Their clutchest win, arguably, this year against the Cowboys. Okay.
Yeah.
We talked about the
that was
Cowboys.
a big win.
Big win, but Cowboys, are they really that big of a threat? I don't think so. Other clutchest win that the Dolphins had was week 1, coming back against the Chargers in LA. And look at the Chargers. They fucking suck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The resume does not support their hopes and dreams. So,
Well, that said, I mean, the Bills are still going to have to go in there
that's true.
do their job. Otherwise, Miami's going to be sitting pretty, and they're
Yeah.
a small miracle away from reaching
Right.
the Super Bowl
Right.
themselves.
Yep. I'm going Bills for the reasons that are bigger than this year, because the Dolphins will be fine next year. The Dolphins they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. The Bills have one more shot, and it's this year.
So Justin Fields and the Bears are looking to play spoiler. They go into Green Bay.
Yeah.
Fields was actually talking a little shit to the Packers and the Packers fans when he said, quote, "I know their fans are going to be loud because there's not much to do in Green Bay except watch football." Your thoughts on Justin Fields shit talking?
Oh my God. So necessary. That comes from a place of personal pain, I can imagine, as anyone represented with Bears. The Packers have owned the city of Chicago for, I think, too long. Aaron Rodgers had the key to the city, and it seemed like after week 1, Jordan Love now has the key to the city. I wouldn't mind seeing the Packers, who it's almost like a win you're in kind of a situation this weekend. Chicago's playing for nothing. In fact, Justin Fields is playing for his spot on the team next year.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, because it's like, you don't do well, do we draft a quarterback in this super elite draft?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Bears absolutely crush Green Bay. And he's right. What are you going to do in Green Bay besides watch football and get drunk? It's the Midwest.
Did you see the house was for sale right by Lambeau Field?
That was sick. And they're
That
only
was
like
fucking cool,
300
huh?
grand too, which is like,
Dude, if you're a Packers fan, how don't you swoop that up with any kind of money?
and just rent it out and like,
Just use it for game day, man. Right?
Yeah,
the tailgating party on game day would make it worth that purchase. It's less than a season ticket.
is it really?
I don't know, but it's less than like 4 season tickets. What were they paying with the Niners, for example? When that stadium was first built, it was like 120 grand
Something stupid like
for a
that.
season ticket.
Yeah, now it's more. Because
Literally, this house was like 700 grand.
Yeah.
So it basically would have been like 7 season tickets.
I think the
I'd
house
rather
is
get
less.
the party house,
Yeah.
clear out the inside, just dedicate it completely to watching the fucking Packers.
Right. Just be like a small church outside of Lambeau. Yeah, no, I hear that.
1000%, man.
What do you think? Okay, I asked this question as I run the socials for No Filter. I asked this question to our followers. I said, you are the Chicago Bears. You have the number 1 pick. That is yours. You have it from Carolina. You also have a pick later on in the round from your own lack of success. What do you do if you're the Bears right now? Everything could change by the end of next week, depending on how the momentum goes, how the team feels. But today, Friday, January 5th, what are you doing if you're Ryan Poles, Chicago GM?
Michael Penix Jr.
Wow.
Yup.
I love that call.
Justin Fields. See ya. I think it's that good. It's nothing against Justin Fields. I'm that sold on Michael Penix Jr.
Have you seen that video of the inverted angles of him throwing, making him look like he's a righty? It's the way that we perceive lefty throwers that throws us off. Watching him throw righty is fucking mesmerizing.
Really?
Oh my God. I'm going to show you. It's incredible.
Isn't that weird? Because righties do things that hardly ever look as good as lefties. So, and I'll just say from a swing perspective, a lefty swing is so much more beautiful.
Right. It
than
does
a
look a
righty
lot
swing.
cleaner for
But
sure.
a righty throwing a football as opposed to a lefty throwing a football.
All right, I'm gonna get this on. I'll get this smaller for the edits, but look at this. This is Penix throwing, and as a righty, it just looks like that he's just throwing. He's humming it.
Yeah.
Like it just looks like it's the best throws you've ever seen. Like it just like in and out of pressure, zip. It doesn't.
You see how short and efficient it is?
It's such a quick release. and this is one of my favorites. Watch, I mean, just so
Dude,
tight.
it's just like,
Oh, it's like the Klay Thompson of NFL releases. Klay's release is so quick. Penix's release is just like that. It's just like he's throwing knives, dude. So you take him number one if you're the Bears.
yeah, look, this is overreactionary Friday, of course, because
this is 4 days after Monday.
it's
It's
a
not
strong
that overreaction.
statement. It's a strong statement. I was taken aback by how well he played, the poise that he had in the pocket.
Right.
I do think that I would take him over Caleb Williams.
I still
he's
agree
supposed
with
to
that.
be the number one quarterback in the draft, correct?
People are starting to say that perhaps May is going to go over Caleb. There is a little bit of a shift that May from North Carolina, I think is good. I think he's good. I don't, personally, it depends on what team is drafting. If you're Chicago and you have your guy at the 3rd and you're going to go friggin' Harrison, or even at 2, if you're going to go Harrison Jr. from Ohio State, trade the fucking pick, get more capital, stick with Fields. But personally, I think it's really, really hard to get a good quarterback even out of the draft. Like, I love Penix. I think Penix should go over Caleb Williams. I'm still looking at this like, dude, it's so hard to win an NFL football game. It's so hard to win in the NFL. Like,
well, there's parity, a ton of parity, right? Like the biggest spread you'll see all year that we've probably seen is maybe 14.5. I mean, was there one that was 17 maybe?
I think the Niners did it a couple of times, right?
But
they were 14 or maybe 12.5 over Washington.
Even the weekends in college football, like every weekend you'll get 2 good teams, and you'll see a 17-point spread, like no problem, right? So the point of it all is that anybody could beat anybody. Yeah. I mean, that's where Dion and his crew going into play TCU in that first game of the year, they were 21.5-point dogs and pulled it off.
Yeah.
So any given Sunday,
sure,
as Al Pacino would tell you.
Yeah, I fuck it. Take Penix. Take Penix. You have to ride the lightning. He's so good.
Any validity to this?
The theory.
The teams in the last 2 Super Bowls have colors matching the Super Bowl logo. So they're saying, based on this year's logo, the likeliest 2024 showdowns if the trends continue. So here's the logo. I mean, if this doesn't say Ravens all over it, I don't know what does. Immediately be Ravens Niners, right? Just looking at it.
So that's the scary thing, right? It's not like they just printed this out. This has been out for the better part of a year and a half now. This logo was available when we were in Scottsdale. They already had this logo out. So you could argue that the script has been written in advance. I don't think so. Like, this is... Dude, yeah, you could... But, okay, look at the 3 logos. So the theory is the past 3 Super Bowls have had 2 color schemes that coordinate with AFC, NFC. And I don't know why you want to start with the Bengals-Rams one, but this conspiracy...
Here's the past 3.
Yeah, look at that. So you got 3 Super Bowls, and these matchups were predicted before the year started because of these logos and their color schemes.
Okay.
It's so subjective,
it's neutral.
It's
because what if you said... you could have said the Niners in that one.
You could have said Niners. Now, the Eagles-Chiefs one, it's like, oh, that's Dolphins teal, AFC. And then, oh, boom, 49ers, Dolphins-Niners Super Bowl. That's what you could have said for that year. And, of course, Tua goes down week 4 with his brain injury and doing gang signs on TV. I think that's like a very convenient conspiracy. That conspiracy is out of convenience. However, do I think Ravens are going to play the Niners? No, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Niners Bills is what I think it's going to be. I think by the time the Ravens play the Bills in the AFC Championship in Baltimore, there will be enough tape on Lamar Jackson. His reign of terror on the league will have to run out.
You think so?
they're also by this point going to be so thin from injury. These guys are going down every week. Every week they're losing players.
Fucking Baltimore, they're gonna have 3 weeks off before they play. They're playing. They just kicked the shit out of what is supposed to be the top team in the AFC. The week before, they kicked the shit out of the top team in the NFC. They're by far and away the best team in football right now.
I agreed, but I tread carefully with how we describe the Niners' loss to Baltimore, because the Niners outgained them on the ground in yards, outgained them in the air. The difference in the game was that Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions. If you put somebody right there every time, sure, you're going to lose the fucking game.
Pressure, sacks, all of it.
Okay. What else?
What's up, Josh? You coach? You're going to want that book. And you know what? With the book,
salesman
we'll get you a hat too. $22. It's going to be the best $22 you spent. 22 codes of conduct for parents, coaches, and players.
Look at that, guys. You see that? That was a flipping of the switch right there. He went from salesman to.
We're
currently doing a show. Josh, if we could, if you'd be so, is that gentleman?
Yeah, flip through it. Take your time.
Name is Josh. If you'd be so kind to give us just a few more minutes here to wrap up. So, okay. That's
Bills.
I like Bills.
Closing that. You like, I love that you like the Bills, because I could come on here and say I like the Bills, but then I'm biased.
Okay, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, and then I'll let you. I'll let you do your. I'll let you your serenading around with all the celebrities that are coming our way. Folks, if you're listening to this show right now, be sure to go to nofilter.net to catch the live stream all day. You can listen to this anytime, listen to that anytime, but we will be making segments based off of specific players. Byrnes, he will be interviewing. Of course, it'll be unfiltered. Okay, this is the last. Wow. Okay, this actually just came in on Breaking News ESPN. It says the Giants are agreeing to trade somebody. And the screen just went blank. But
the San Francisco Giants.
The San Francisco Giants, see if you can get YouTube.
Are agreeing to trade.
Looks like
who?
There's a trade between the Giants and the Mariners that just happened. Let me go to ESPN. Wait, this is as live gets. Let me give that a shot.
It's because we're live, because we're interactive. We need more.
Yeah. So I just got a buzz from ESPN. We'll see what plays out. I'm not getting. There's not a lot of must be. I don't see anything. Huh?
Basically, just came up right now. Now, position by position, free agent ranking. We have that. The other guy that we haven't even talked about is Josh Hader.
Where do you think he's going?
Bro. Whoever needs a left-handed arm that throws 100.
Didn't he come out and basically say, like, I request this amount of money, and like that's what he thinks he's worth? Like, it's just some ridiculous, like, pretty much setting a new standard for. Oh, there we go. Yes.
Okay. This is from Jeff Passan.
This has just happened. So the Giants and the Mariners are in agreement on a trade that will send former Cy Young winner Robbie Ray to the Giants.
Really? That's a good left-handed arm.
Outfielder Mitch Haniger and right-hander Anthony DeSclafani.
Wait, hold on a second. They just got Haniger from the Mariners, and now they're sending him back?
I guess. Oh, hopefully he kept his locker clean.
What the fuck? Dude, he's a Bay Area guy, too. He went to Midi High School.
Yeah, it's a quick Haniger jersey swap.
Oh.
Yeah, he's right back to Seattle. This is awesome. So, the Giants just got a former Cy Young winner, Robbie Ray. So, are they loading up on the staff right now? Do you think they're going to go Ray and then Snell?
Well, you're getting rid of DeSclafani. He wasn't bad.
Never.
Well, if you're getting Ray, that's the left-handed arm that might say something that you're not getting Snell.
You think they got Ray, and now they feel like, all right, between Webb and Ray, we're chilling right now on a 1-2 in the rotation?
Yeah, it's possible, but who knows? It's these people have been hibernating, though, so to speak, right?
What do you mean, like the teams?
Well,
contenders and not impossible contenders in the
MLB. There's an article here about the 5 MLB teams that need to wake the fuck up, basically. Number 1, I found this interesting. The Baltimore Orioles. I mean, this is a team that won the AL East last year, and they've sat idle. They haven't done shit.
Yeah, it's been crickets over there, hasn't it?
Yeah, nothing.
Pretty good year, by the way, for Baltimore sports. You clinched the 1 seed football, and then you won the AL East. I mean, is that going to be a city of champions in the next few years?
It could. Isn't it ironic how that happens?
Yeah.
But once you get those positive vibes going,
they're hard to stop. They're addicting.
Bay Area, Boston pulled it off. The Bay Area,
city of champions for a few minutes, and now the Warriors.
The Rams and the Dodgers pulled it off.
Asterisks next to the Dodgers for COVID, and fucking huge asterisks next to the Rams because honestly, we should have fucking been there too.
Oh, I was just reading about that when they blew a 10-point fourth quarter lead.
Oh my God.
The Niners did.
Yeah.
In that game against the Rams.
And also Tart dropped a ball that Stafford, it was fourth quarter. Stafford throws a deep ball, Tart or safety. It's a fucking punt at that point. Hit him right in the hands, dropped it. It's one of the more infamous drops in Niner history.
All right. Number 2 here on the idol list. The Chicago Cubs.
They got Counsell.
They got Counsell, but it's
you were hiring him
manager.
Too. You
I
liked
Counsell. It.
Yeah.
I still like the move, but you also got rid of David Ross.
Yeah,
David Ross is a good fucking manager.
Yeah, tossed him to the curb.
So you did bring in Counsell, who many would argue is the best manager in the game, but at the same time, you haven't signed anybody. Cody Bellinger,
he's still idle,
is still on the market. I'm surprised they haven't been able to get that deal done.
So you think Chapman could go either to SF? If he doesn't go to SF, he and Bellinger could sync up in Chicago. Then all of a sudden, they're sneaky.
Yeah. They the Cubs were right there last year. They were so close.
Yeah.
So number one, to let Bellinger go, you're idiots. And the second thing here, I mean, you made this great investment in this great manager. If you're going to make a big investment in a big manager, dude, you got to give him the tools to play with.
Right. Yeah. He's not hitting. He's not pitching. He's just moving guys around.
Yeah. He's putting them in position to succeed, but you got to have the right guys.
All right. Here's your fucking favorite team ever.
Oh, it's not my favorite team. It's my kid's favorite team.
The Houston Astros.
The Houston Astros sitting idle. So it says what they should do, what they've done. They've signed Victor Caratini and acquired Dylan Coleman. And it says what they should do, add a big outfield bat. I thought the Astros were lying in the weeds in Soto, though it doesn't seem like they were ever serious about pursuing him.
Obviously, he's a Yank now.
Just imagine being a pitcher and having to face this lineup. Altuve, Soto, Bregman, Alvarez, Abreu, Tucker, McCormick, Yanier Diaz, and Jeremy Pena. I mean, that's a gnarly lineup.
It could have been.
That's tools. Yeah, but no, you take Soto
out there, and it's still the Astros. They're still swinging.
The Soto didn't happen, but the Astros still have the open outfield spot unless they really want to play Jake Myers every day. I wouldn't mind seeing that. They may want to spend big on Bellinger with Altuve and Bregman a year away from free agency. So that
could be scary.
Fuck yeah.
So you got Bellinger and Altuve, Breggy, and Alvarez, he would just kind of just chill as a DH?
Pretty much.
That could be dangerous. Yeah, what's not to like about that? Okay, then the Mariners.
Signed Mitch Garver, traded for Luis Urias, traded for Jared Kelenic and traded Jared Kelenic and Eugenio Suarez. What are the Mariners trying to do? I mean, that's the big question, because then they just got rid of Robbie Ray. That's fine. You bring back Haniger and DeSclafani. Now, Haniger, didn't he sign an extension with the Giants, like $30 million or something?
Yeah, something like that.
So the Mariners are like, yeah, we'll take that.
They're going to eat that?
Well, eat it. Fuck, man. He's played well for them. Like, when he's healthy and playing, he's played well.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, with that division, it seems like things are wide open right now. I mean, Ohtani's gone. And not that the Angels were a threat, but, like, the looming question if they could add a few more pieces, they could have been. A's are the A's.
Yeah.
I'll delicately around that. And then, Rangers just won. Can they do it
why
again?
are we going to be delicate around the A's?
I mean, it's a special team for you. Those are your guys.
Look, I like the A's. I like their staff. They were dog shit last year. There's no other way to put it.
Fair enough.
And they're going to be dog shit again.
Oh.
I just feel bad for Mark Kotze. Mike Aldretti.
I was
My
being
guys.
respectful. I could give a fuck about the A's. I mean, as a Giants fan, seeing them leave Oakland, again, y'all hate me.
That doesn't make you happy, though.
Doesn't make me happy, but it doesn't make me that sad. I think I felt something. I felt a little more about the Pac-12 going away, but at the end of the day, once the A's are in Vegas and we're in Vegas watching MLB baseball, I'm not going to be sad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be fucking fired up.
All right, number 5 here is the Toronto Blue Jays. They've re-signed Kevin Kiermaier and they signed Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Yeah.
So, dude, let's not blame the Blue Jays. They're trying to sign fucking everybody. Nobody wants to go to Canada.
Including they started the biggest hoax ever about this private jet gate about Ohtani's on this flight going to Toronto. He's going to be a Blue Jay.
Bullshit,
everybody was saying, there's a press conference ready to go. Ohtani's who loves the city. There's plenty of Japanese culture up there. Big fucking piece of bullshit.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
What's up, dude?
That's what that was? It was so Canada. It was so Canada.
Yeah, but it's not on Canada. Like Canada was the victim in all this. They got completely played, man.
Played like a flute. Absolute flute.
You can't hate Canada.
I'm not hating. I'm saying that's so Canada. That's too bad. It's shoot. Oh well, sorry. Sorry, Canada.
It's just one of those things where the rumors, and there were rumors, maybe not enough was done to squash them. So
yeah, right.
But if I'm Ohtani's representation, and I do know the guys at CAA who represent him,
mm-hmm.
and basically they're like, well, why do we have to stop anything? Like,
yeah, it's just
it's
good
not
press.
our job
to
stop the rumor. So if the Dodgers think that Ohtani
is going
to Toronto
to sign, right?
That's a good thing. That's not up for them to judge. And then when the Dodgers called Ohtani's agents, they basically said, don't worry about it. Like, we're, he's not on that flight. But that's all they said. And then the Dodgers apparently,
write up a blank check.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Had not come up to 700. They were sitting on that 600 number. And then they had discussions internally and then shot up to 700. That's where Ohtani wanted to play. Got the deal done, signed, sealed, and delivered. He is going to be a Los Angeles Dodger.
So there was a rumor that Ohtani knew where he was going to go for a couple weeks prior to the big day because he had named his dog after the team he was going to play for. Again, this is a rumor. This is a rumor.
Okay.
But I was with my roommate discussing the possible names that you could have called a dog. For example, Giant doesn't really work. Could, but it's odd. Jay as a name. Blue Jay is weird to call a dog, but Jay is kind of funny. My dog's name is Josh. Another one's name is Jack. People names start with J.
Why?
That just happened organically, but I love people names for dogs. So Jay, wouldn't put it past him, dog name. The other contender, Angel, to stay there. That was never going to happen, according to the dog theory. Then you pull up Dodger. Dodger could be a good dog name.
It could be.
So, listener,
is that his dog's name?
We don't know. It's not confirmed, but
he won't reveal his dog's name.
Well, if it is like, if you see a picture of him with a dog, he's like, this is me and Dodger, then the theory is always correct. Then the theory was he was going to where he's going to name his next dog, which Dodger. So you could buy a lot of dogs now with the $700 million that he will get over the next 10 years. All right, should we close things up here?
Yeah, pretty much. You know what? Let me get Bart on here, and we'll talk a little Rockerbie Ranch.
Should we? Why don't we wrap up Gary Russell and get a little juice?
Oh, we're on low battery.
Get a little juice, and then kind of get some show out there.
We will fire it back up. And Michael, Yes, number 1A free agent, Trevor Bauer. Would you sign Trevor Bauer?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'd sign Trevor Bauer. Yeah, wait, why? Of course. But is that even...
What do you mean it's even? Yeah, he's a free agent, bro.
I didn't even know that was in the discussion. Is that just Michael M? Just
yeah, $22 or a
oh yeah, well he's playing
or
salesman
you get
again.
a book and a hat.
Yeah, we'll get you taken care of, sir, in
Fantastic
1
deal.
second. Why don't we wrap this show up? Any closing words from the maestro?
Any closing words? Yeah, I got plenty of closing words right here. As a matter of fact, thank you, sir. Here, take a book too, man. Trust me, this is the best thing you ever read. You came for the hat, you're leaving with the book. Gotcha. All right. Yes, the closing words is this morning's Daily Hustle email, which I did not.
You didn't send it?
No, I sent it. Buenos dias. Today is Friday, January 5th, 2023. Yesterday, while setting up our No Filter Network booth at the ABCA Coaches Convention in Dallas, we sold our very first copy of the brand new, hot off the press, Let Them Play, a parenting and coaching guide to youth sports. As we expanded as an organization, I wanted to make sure the parents, coaches, and players all understood what we were trying to accomplish in the process we believe will help us get there. With that in mind, we created an LTP creed as well as 22-player coaches and parents codes of conduct we expect those within the LTP family to adhere to. After spending several weeks nailing down the creed and codes, we realized we created something worth sharing that had immense potential to positively influence players, coaches, and parents at any and all levels of sports. Thus, the creation of the book. Daily Hustle quote of the day. This is a good one, Hank. Listen up.
That's right.
With great freedoms come great responsibilities. I will be responsible with my freedoms and grateful for every opportunity that comes my way. Success is not owned, it's leased, and rent is due every single fucking day. I will pay rent. We are only as good as our next performance. Our work is never finished. Tomorrow is reserved for the labor of the lazy. I will work now. Pressure is a privilege. I will earn that privilege. Part of LTP Creed shared in the new book right here. And it was based on the Navy SEAL Creed, actually. Daily Hustle translation. Don't be an ungrateful, self-entitled pussy.
I would thought you were going to go in a different direction when you started with great power comes great responsibility. But that quote that you just read also works.
Freedom.
Yes.
How to get the book? Number one, we'll be selling and signing books in Dallas today and tomorrow at the ABCA conference in the back left corner of the convention at the Rockerbie Ranch and No Filter Network exhibit. This is 142 right here. Number two, for large orders, 20 or more, contact us directly with a reply to this email. Number three, here's a link to buy the book in which it will print and ship within 5 days.
That's quick.
And then that's really quick.
Wow. Good
and then the pre-order link to Amazon is on here as well. So that's it, folks. We'll be back with more interviews, coverage live from the ABCA. Hank, appreciate you joining on the Daily Hustle, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for this opportunity. As
Do
always.
you have any final words?
See ya.